Create queries to get the data you want. In this video, I'm only going to cover the work item query language. This is used across both the Visual Studio IDE products, Integrated Development Environment, and also the Visual Studio Team Services product. This is the basis of any query that's made up within the Team Foundation Server landscape. It's worth mentioning there's a number of different editors that you can get to edit it directly, and as you can see, the format's very similar to SQL. Now, if we look, we can also export this information once you've run a query and potentially create legacy documentation, or take that information or the query and then do a bulk update. So you can also use things like ODBC to actually allow you to update information in your favorite Outlook, Excel product. So let's quickly go and have a look at what Microsoft introduces the new queries experience. Okay, all I need to do is just go to the work queries. Now this is the new query experience. This avoids you having to go into, say for instance, the Visual Studio IDE products, which is where typically you would run the queries directly from within the IDE. Now, with the new experience, you can edit them directly into using your Visual Studio Team Services or Team Foundation Server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new query, and what this will do is this will take me to the editor. Now if you don't have this capability, you can drop this down from the preview features within the customizations. So now I've got a new query. What I can do is I can select what field I'm wanting to look for, or work item, or test case, whatever else you're searching for, and then you can use the operators. So this could be greater than or equal to, it does not contain. You can choose what you're looking for, and then what you can do within the new experience is you can actually do this across projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select across projects, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down from the query to not only the work items, a flat list of work items which would be easily exported to your favorite Microsoft Office product like Excel using ODBC. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the understanding of the work items and direct links. So now this is added in additional statement for linked items, and I could then add new clauses, I could remove them, or I could add and or functionality. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this query, and what it should do is it should bring back all the work items. About this is if you're looking at PPM, which is your portfolio project management aspect, you may be wanting to track features or capabilities across a number of different projects or teams. This is incredibly powerful and allows you to then take this information and do analytics on it, or you could take this information and use it from a PMO, so a project management office, to actually give you a status updates at the portfolio level, cascading all the way up to C-suite. So this information is incredibly useful, but also the fact that now that you can save this query, you can actually edit that or run that from anything. So I'm just going to quickly save the query and call it PPM. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it not just in my queries, but I'm going to put it in the shared queries. That means everybody can actually access my query that I've just created. Now I mentioned before, with this, you can also do a number of different things. You first can see the results, which means you can actually go and look at actually editing any of these results. So the panel on the right hand side gives you an update on what that item is and gives you a bit of a preview. You can also edit the columns that you're wanting, so then you can actually look at what information you're wanting to display and how you display it. Now another way of displaying this information is using charts, and now I can do a new chart, have a look at how I want to represent the information, something like a bar group. So therefore I just do the state, and it will give me a quick view. If I wanted to go into pie chart, give me a view of that. I click OK. So I have that information now, and I can also add this directly to my dashboard now. So now that I've done this query, I can go to add it and put it to my custom team. So now going back to dashboards, custom team, that item that I've just run a query, bespoke query on, I can now have in my dashboard tab, giving me that information, and that could be, say for instance, at the portfolio level. In the next video, we're going to look at using the marketplace to find and install extra widgets.